Man, fam, it seems like it's been forever since we got a load, baby. But we got one. It's time for the breakover. We had fun last week. We did it. Hey, we had fun last week. Retirement. We even had a great time on the live. But it's time for your boy to get back to it. I just pulled up at the airport, baby. Got to get in here and get signed in. Don't worry. When I get all loaded and everything, I'm going to tell you the adventure we about to take. But give me just a second, fam. I'll tap back in with you. All right, fam, we loaded, baby. We loaded. It's real light work. Light work. It ain't nothing but some rolls of fabric, baby. Rolls of fabric. We loaded. Now, we not going to the destination just yet. We better go back to the house and chill. But, I still put the address in so we can get the mileage. We got to go 373 miles, fam. 373, that's it. We picked up at Humble, Texas at the airport, and we got to go down to Brownsville, Texas. I know. It's down there with Laredo and all that, and they be like, man, don't nothing be coming from out of there. But hey, you know me, we go where the wind blow, baby. We go where the wind blow. And there's more to this story with this load and the loads I saw yesterday, but I'm going to explain that at the end. But for now, I'm about to get back to the house, get some eating in, some relaxation, because we got something to do. And you know what it is. Some night riding. Because Mr. Go Get It already got it. We have picked up the bag. But it's going to take some night driving to drop it off first thing in the morning so we can secure the bag. But don't worry, baby. I'm going to be seeing if I can find something else to pick up for the first thing in the morning. We don't know how it's going to work. We'll see. Don't worry. When I find out, you'll know. As always. But yeah, for now, I'm about to get back to the highs and go relax. And I'll tap back in with you in the middle of the night. So let me go relax and rest. Don't worry. I'm not going to leave you, baby. I ain't going to leave you. You're going to go with your boy. I'm going to pick you up tonight. So you relax. I know it'll be a few seconds for you. And I'm going to go relax. It'll be a couple hours for me. And I'm going to pick you up in the middle of the night. Well, fam, it's time to get busy. It's time for this night ride, baby. Gotta get it. Now, the paperwork said drop off at 8. But I looked the place up. You know, I told you, reconnaissance. Even if I'm at the house, I need to know where I'm going. The place opens at 7. Your boy ain't waiting to 8. Because if you know anything about Brownsville, you know, I know Laredo's like 200 miles away from Brownsville, but all that up in there, not a lot of work comes out. Your boy knew this before we took the load. I'm not even tripping on that. But remember, we just talked about it in the live. It's the little ones that add up, and we gonna add these things up, baby. I'll explain that at the end. But either way it go, your boy finna hit that road for this night riding so we can go ahead and drop off this bag that we secured earlier. Don't worry. I know y'all be worried. Your boy gonna let you ride with him. It's just night riding, so when we get to going, I'm gonna pick you up so we can go and get this thing up there. Because it's gonna take about 6 hours. Yeah. But it ain't nothing to it but to do it. And the only way to do it is if I get going. So yeah. Nah, I know we could talk all day, but we can't because we got to go, baby, because I got to drop this load off, and then I'm going to tell you about that once I drop it off. Don't worry. I'm about to give it up too soon. Let me get the moving, fam. I'll tap back in with you.
Take the next left, then your destination will be on the right.
Alright, fam, we here, baby. And we early. It's all good. It's all good. 6:26. Great timing. Place don't open at 7, so I'm finna sit in and chill. You know, grab me a little bite for breakfast. And when they get here and get this thing up out of here, I'll pick you back up. But I'm gonna go and relax and chill. I'll tap in with you in just a second. And just like that, fam, we finito, baby. We not dropped off the luggage, baby. We got the bag. Yeah, we done. Finito. 373 miles. And they paid you about $1.07 a mile. The 400. The crazy part is, I came down here to Brownsville before from Humble with the same broker. Matter of fact, if y'all don't remember when I went from Humble to Brownsville, that was that load if you go back. When I tried to mad dash from Dallas after I dropped the load and picked that up, but they had that car wreck and I couldn't get to it and all that, and I had to get it the next morning and mad dash it because they needed the same day. That was that load, and they paid me $450 that time. But hey, that's because they needed a rush on it. Your boy got a couple extra dollars for the overnight, even though I didn't pick it up. But she wasn't going for it this time. Nope. Know how we say yesterday's price is not today's price? She told me yesterday's price ain't today's price. So nah, fam, I ain't tripping. Still $1.07 a mile. I couldn't get her. I got her up from $3.50, but she would not go above $400. But a win is a win. A win is a win. It's still $1.07. Now, the thing with that being, you know what? I'm gonna get to that in a minute. I was thinking about something because we talked about it on the live on Sunday. And it was basically, you can't get it all in one load because most time when people ask the question, they like, oh, once you subtract gas, maintenance, this and that, then it don't seem like it's that much. So I say, hey, how about we reverse engineer the CPM for one load? So, because I'll be like, yeah, you're doing it right by subtracting the gas, but you're doing it wrong. Let's reverse engineer the CPM. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about, new fam, you got to go back and watch the CPM video or look in the community. We put the formula up. So we just going to stick with the CPM formula that we use for that. And remember, I told you, it fluctuates 32 to 35 cents depending on the load. On the formula, on the CPM formula, because you know the fixed costs are fixed, the insurance and all that. You know I put the maintenance and the oil change, all that in the fix. So the only thing that really that changes the number that makes it fluctuate mainly is the variable, which is the gas. On the formula, we got the gas set at $3 for 14 miles per gallon. The reason being, I always go low end on the miles per gallon, even though when you get highway, it starts getting up to where you get more miles per gallon. But I do low end because I want to save more money on the, pay the business a little bit more money. So for this particular load, the average price of gas was not $3, it was $2.50. $2.51 to be exact, but $2.50. And not 14 miles per gallon. We were getting 17 miles per gallon on the road. Remember, flat surface versus going through the mountains. So we got about 17, 18, but I just said 17. So for that $2.50 at 17, that brought it to around 14 cents. It's like 1.147 or something like that. So we'll just say 15 cents. So it's 15 cents for that, plus the normal 19 cents for the fixed cost, which brings the CPM for this particular load to 34 cents. But remember in the formula, I told you, even though I fluctuate and it's mainly about 35 cents on average, and it fluctuates, I always pay a little more because I like to see it slowly build. That's why on the formula, I got it set up to 40 cents. Make sense now? If you don't know what I'm talking about, you got to go back and watch the CPM video. So even though it was 34 cents for the CPM was 34 cents to get here, I'm automatically going to make it 40 cents for the business. I want to have the extra money. So when you do 40 cents per mile on the $400, that means it costs $160 to get up here. So basically, if you did 400 times 0.19, which is the fixed cost, you would take that out and put that over to your business account to start building for your insurance, your van note if you got one, all the little stuff that's on the CPM form. You would take 0.19 and separate that. Then you would take the 0.14, 0.15 cents per mile, put that to the gas fund. I think 0.15 cents a mile or something like that is like 70 something, $80. Y'all quote, I didn't do that math. We're just talking. So that would go to the math fund, because remember, I told you, I have 3,000 that we set aside just for gas, so it just keeps building up. So technically, when somebody's like, oh, if you took this much gas, got it out, plus the maintenance and this and that, that's all included in the CPM. But nobody understands that. So now I just want you to get that portion of it. So basically, if I said 40 cents, that means 160 came out of the $400. So 400 minus the 160 leaves you with what? 240. So that means after all the business expenses have come off, you're left with 240. Now, if you have a COL, the cost of living, which we discussed that formula as well, it's in the community, we talked about it on the live, you would do the same thing. So say you had 40 cents for your business, that means 160 to the business, and say your COL is 40 cents, that means another 160 goes to your personal expenses, so you can pay yourself the 160. Of course, you don't pay yourself every load. If you want to, you can, or you can do it at the end of the week. So that means if you did that, remember I told you all the time, like after you pay the business expense and the COL, I mean the CPM and the COL, whatever is left, you know, that's when some people split it in half and give half to the business savings. Some people take the other half and put it in their personal savings. So let's do that quick math. If we use 40 cents, because I'm rounding up, for this load and took the 160 and put it in the business expense, and you're left with the 240, and if your COL is also 40 cents and you took that away and put it on the other side, that means another 160 out of the 240, you're left with $80. So 160, you're left with 80. Now out of that 80, do it how you please. This is just me breaking down numbers for you to get a understanding. Out of that 80, take 40, put it in the business savings. Take the other 40, put it in your personal savings. Or take the whole 80 and put it in your business savings. Remember I told you we're not balling out on the cargo van money yet. So if you only want to take $20 and put it in your personal and take the other 60 and put it in your business, that's up to you. But that's how I break down every single load when I say it fluctuates and all that. I normally do it at the end of the week. Or I just run, because you know, our situation over here is a little bit different, because I told you practicing paying somebody, so I take 10% of every load and pay ourselves, basically pay my wife. My wife get 10% every load, so that means $40 from that 400 would have automatically went, because I put it all in the business. We don't have to worry about the COL part. Thank God we're blessed that way. But basically, yeah, take out the 40, send it to the wife. The whole out of the 400, because this obviously it doesn't include what the factoring company takes out, which is like 3% or something like that. But I'm not going that deep. I just want to use the regular raw numbers. So technically what I would do, the 400, take the 40 out, 10%, pay, and the whole rest of the 360 would just go to the business. That's how I do it. I hope that all made sense, but don't worry, fam, if it don't, just let me know in the comments. We can go deeper. I didn't even think about it till I was driving down here, and I didn't even make a chart for you. But if I need to explain that a little better, let me know. But that's what I mean when somebody says, well, what about the gas maintenance when you subtract this and this? That's not how I do it. So you're technically right, like I said in the live we had this past Sunday, but that's what I mean when I say, like, you got to take the CPM out. So when you break down the CPM, that's what it looks like. And you do that for almost every load, basically, or do it at the end of the week, however you want to do it. But yeah, that's how we get it. That's how we reverse engineer for a load. So technically, if I was going based off of the CPM and I was doing whatever I wanted with the rest of the money, basically after coming down here, 160 goes to the CPM, which is the business basically, and you got the other 240. Get it how you live. But yeah, fam, let me know if that don't make sense. I'll answer the questions in the comments and all that, as we always do, because you know I'm gonna rock with y'all. But hey, other than that, I got to skedaddle, fam, because we in Brownsville. I could sit here and see if something, but that likelihood, y'all that been down here and all that, I'm not finna sit here for no reason. And besides, they ain't even really started pushing the loads at the load board, because they let me go ahead and get this thing at 7 o'clock and drop that thing off and not wait till 8. And I'm not finna sit here and wait another 40-ish minutes to 8 o'clock. I'm just finna head back to the H, because what happens is I'm gonna get there in time for that afternoon push. So we gonna see what God got for your boy. Get something in the afternoon. Either way it go. If we don't, we're gonna be at the house anyway. But I'm gonna be looking as we go, as I'm headed back in to get something on the afternoon push to try and get another bag, because this one has been secured, baby. It's good. It's great. We love it over here. But yeah, fam, I hope that made sense on how to reverse engineer that CPM per load, especially for the new individuals that's joining the fam that was wondering how they take, to help make sense of it. And again, like I said, if it don't make sense, let me know. I'll answer some questions. If I see enough of them, I'm just gonna make a chart. I might make a chart anyway. It just might be put in the community. Matter of fact, that's what I'm gonna do. Whenever I'm sitting still, I'm just gonna make a quick little chart, throw it in the community to help you understand how to reverse engineer that CPM. So you know how to make your money for each load, whether it be per load or by the end of the week, whatever works best for you. Do what works best for you, because this is what works best for me. But yeah, fam, it's time for me to skedaddle and get on up that road, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I know y'all out there getting the bag, because y'all be telling me. And I can't wait to hear about the rest of the bags y'all getting this week. But as for me, I got to go get another bag. And when I do, you're going to be the first one to know, as always. But until then, fam, y'all know what I want you to do. Outside of just getting the bags, y'all stay blessed. So that